So you excited to be part of this like long-standing Hollywood tradition?
It's awesome. You know, I've been involved with Toys For Tots and Girls and Boys Club for a long, long time, about 7-8 years. And I've been doing the ones down in Miami, also affiliated with the Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital for Cancer. You know, my dad died of cancer, so I mean, like I said, anything for kids, man. I'm kind of like a sucker. I mean, I'll do anything. If anybody asks me to do something, you know, I'll do it. I've been doing a lot of charity events lately, and you got to give back, man. That feels good. I mean, nothing actually feels better.
But when you were coming up, did you ever hang out and watch the parade, like when nobody knew you and weren't going to get mobbed?
I'm usually in it. That's the thing, man. I'm usually hanging on a float or something like that, you know. So I was actually Grand Marshal one time in Miami too.
This is ringing in Christmas. What are some holiday Christmas traditions your family has?
You know, the same stuff, the cheese and the food. And then, you know, my daughter and I usually take off, you know, my wife and I would split 50-50 custody. So the second week, right after the day after Christmas, hit a beach.
Love it, Richie. And you recently surprised Lady Gaga backstage. She was freaking out. She was tweeting about meeting you, the legend. Are you guys going to do a collaboration?
I would love it. She's wonderful, man. You know what? I was so glad to sit with her. We really had a lot to talk about. She's very, very personable and what a smart girl and what a talented person also. I mean, I had such a good time with her, man. We really did. We talked about writing some songs, you know, and we talked about the music business and what's happening to it. And,
did you give her any words of wisdom?
You know what? I really don't have any because the business is changing so rapidly at this point. I mean, if you had asked me maybe 10 years ago, I would know what to say. But now, the cyclic thing that's happening in the music business is almost going backwards when it comes to making records. Live performance is where it's at now, you know.
You had a lot of shocking moments in your career. Is there any moment this year that was just shocking and you're like, wow, I even wouldn't have done that?
I don't know.
Miley twerking, none of that was crazy for you?
You know what? I'll tell you what. I thought, listen, I really, really respect Miley. You know, I know Billy, and we've been pals for a long time. I think it didn't bother me at all. I just thought it was smart.
Yeah, very smart.
I just thought it was smart because, like, 2 days later, #1 record. Like, this is not a stupid woman, and she's very, very talented. I mean, she's been acting her ass off since she's like 13 years old. I mean, the girl had comedic timing like Lucille Ball, for God's sake. And then you get her in the studio, and she sings her ass off, and she writes her ass off. I mean, she's a super talented girl, you know? Don't look too bad.
Has your own daughter shown any interest in either side of the family businesses?
Oh, yeah, she's acting, yeah. She just got the first movie. She was in This Is 40. You know, Judd Apatow put. First audition, hits it right off the bat.
How do you feel about it? Were you like cool with it, or were you like, oh God, like?
At first I was, oh God, but you know, you can't take your passion away from your children. Like I said, if somebody tried to take my guitar away from me when I was a kid.
Richie, one last question. When are we going to see you and John reunite together on Bon Jovi? Are you going to be finishing up the tour with them?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
You know, I took a breather because it was 30 years on the road, and I really wanted to spend some time with my family. And it's not a breakup. It's just a little bit of a break, you know. And I think that this band needs it, actually, at this point.
So 2014, will you guys be reuniting? What's your thoughts?
You know, I don't know yet.
Okay.
You know, they're still out there doing their thing. I'm, you know, writing songs and in the studio with my new record and doing a lot of other stuff.
When you think of Grammy night, what's the best memory you have from one of your big Grammy nights?
When I got one.
What was that? Do you remember that moment though? Was it still Chris?
Oh yeah, absolutely. When I got it, yeah. I mean, I've had a lot. One night I jammed with Usher, which was unbelievable. And, you know, him and I became friends. That was pretty cool. And I presented with Shakira one evening. So that was a nice memory.
Diversity of like the people you get to like.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you see everybody, and people have this misconception in the business that we all know each other and we all see each other all the time. Meanwhile, everybody's on the road going in different directions. So, you know.